Anton Yelchin, Christopher Mintz-Plasse. We're here to talk about Fright Night.
Yes.
So can I ask first, what drew you to the movie?
When I got it, this man and Craig Gillespie, Colin Farrell, David Tennant, Toni Collette, they were all attached already, and I was big fans of all theirs. I knew that they've done great projects in the past, so they wouldn't attach themselves to something that there wasn't potential in. And the script was great. It was scary and funny and bloody, and I wanted to play the character, so I went in and got the part.
Cool. And Anton, you were...
So I went in and handled business.
Anton, you were attached before Chris then, so how did you get attached?
I just, when I read it, it was just Craig directing, and I just was a big fan of his from Lars and the Real Girl. And I met with Craig, and we had a chat, and yeah, it was a pretty simple process, and then all these great actors started signing on. It just got better and better.
This is my son, Charlie, and his girlfriend.
Hi. So Jerry is our new neighbor.
Hey.
Hey.
And you mentioned our very own Colin Farrell. What was it like working with him?
Great. No, we're probably going to say the same thing. It was great.
Fantastic,
Yeah, he was
yeah.
awesome. He's just nicest, smartest man, and it was just such a pleasure to watch him create what I think is a brilliant character.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, just every little moment, all the changes, take to take, just such a pleasure.
It was kind of nerve-wracking at first because I'm a big fan of his, and you never know when you're going into a project if they're going to be a dick or if they're going to be a sweetheart, and he was the hugest sweetheart.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of love in this room as well for David Tennant.
Yes.
So it's Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Are you guys Doctor Who fans?
Yes.
Good.
Yeah. So what
I've
was-
never seen Doctor Who, sadly.
Neither
really
have I.
should how many
No.
seasons did he do? He did like 3 or 4?
4 or 5?
4.
4 or 5, nice.
Yeah.
I heard he's one of the better Doctor Who's.
He is.
Yeah,
He is.
good.
So what was he like to work with?
He was fantastic. He's also, it's like another example that just because Colin and David's characters are so great and such big, they're such characters, watching them create them is just a pleasure. And David's the nicest man. It was really
Everybody was so
great
kind
group
on
of
set.
people. It was like really a great set.
That's
I just got
fantastic.
really enthusiastic. But it's true. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
everyone was so cool,
That's great. And did you use other vampire films like Let the Right One In or, dare I say it,
I
Twilight?
love Let the Right One In.
I
That's
haven't seen it.
Dude.
It's so good.
Let Me In was it's a great remake of
Remake,
it,
yeah.
but Let the Right One In is so good.
So did you use those as a jumping off point?
No, I just kind of watched the original Fright Night as inspiration because it's a completely different movie than Let the Right One In or Twilight or Blade or Nosferatu or any. It's a different vampire movie, so it's kind of hard to want to watch those and get in the feeling of this because none of those movies really have the comedy element. I feel like the original Fright Night was one of the first horror movies to do comedy and scary and horror. So yeah, I just watched Fright Night a bunch to get into this.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Any for you?
Yeah, I mean it's pretty much the same. I know that Colin did a lot of research, a lot of vampire research, but I just used the original basically as sort of my foundational research, I guess, and then the script, and seeing what you can apply from the original to this, and really figuring out the arc for Charlie's different in this film, so it was a little different,
Cool. And you mentioned the original. Were you fans of it? Had you seen it before you signed on for this film?
Never heard of it. I didn't know it existed when I got this script. But I heard that it was a remake, and as soon as I got the part, I went out and bought the movie
Yep.
and loved it. I thought it was a great story, a great movie, and it was like a perfect 80s horror movie, and I thought that it's a great story that can be brought and be modernized and reimagined, and I think we did a good job.
Yeah.
I think you did a decent job.
Thanks, dude.
And there's a plethora of vampire films and TV out there. I mean, I couldn't even start to name them.
On TV, right?
Yeah,
There's
and
True
vampire
Blood,
Haven't
Vampire
seen True Blood.
Diaries.
Haven't
Yeah.
seen that.
There's a lot of vampire stuff going on.
So what do you think makes Fright Night different from these? What's going on?
Well, it's a monster film, I mean, it's the traditional idea of, or at least cinematic idea of a vampire representing some sort of evil, just all encompassing destructive evil. There's no romance to it. He just wants to kill you. He wants to create an army. He wants to keep killing and surviving. And I think that was exciting for all of us because it's. I mean, I'm not a big fan of the sort of suburban melodramatic vampire. You know, I like the monster. You know,
Mm.
I like the monster.
I do too.
Okay, good.
I did too.
And how do you hope fans of the original, because like you said, it is really, really different, so...
Very different.
How do you hope they'll respond and receive this film?
We've been hearing great things from people from the original. I mean, obviously there's some people that are gonna hate it just because they love the original so much that even if it is a good movie, which it is, it's a great movie, but even if they go into it, they're gonna just find things to hate about it because it's not the original Fright Night. But we're getting great reviews in America, and people seem to really be liking it out here. So I just can hope that they enjoy it.
Right, and do you think having Chris Sarandon in it for blinking in this little cameo helps?
Yeah, I mean,
it's a treat, I think, for
it
fans.
is. It's a treat, and Chris came to Comic-Con and helped us promote, which is so nice of him because he's only in the movie for, as you said, like a blink of an eye. So the fact that he really liked the movie kind of helps us with the original fans, and yeah, he's just a sweet guy.
That's great, and a lot of scenes were really fun to watch. I mean, the
Nice.
3D was really nicely used,
Yeah.
and the car chase sequence was really, really fun to watch. But what was your favourite to film?
I really enjoyed our scene up in the house when we're kind of lurking around the house at the beginning, trying to find some clues. Because that whole scene, we had 1 day just for that whole scene, so we could really take our time with it. Craig let us improv because that scene really for me is a good. It's a good show of what the movie is because there's dramatic beats in there, there's scary beats in there, and there's comedy in it. And we got to nail all that in 1 day in improv, and it was just like me, him, and Craig trying to figure it all out. I had a blast at that. I really hate to be the one to tell you this, but that guy, your neighbor,
Jerry.
yeah, he's a vampire.
That is a terrible vampire name. Jerry?
You have a movie within a movie. Your little squid boy.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was
too.
our first day of shooting that
Yeah.
little video. I was like, what kind of actor is this guy? Squid Boy! Okay, that's what I'm dealing with this whole movie.
How much fun was that to do? It looked like it was a blast.
That was fun.
That was fun.
I want to see the whole. They have a whole cut of it.
I've seen it.
Oh, you've seen the whole cut?
It's so good, dude. It's so funny. It's so weird. And
Hopefully they
stupid.
put it on the DVD.
Yeah.
Cool. And the film is very action orientated, which is something kind of different for both of you.
Yeah.
How challenging was it?
I mean, you did more than I did. I only had one. I had the fight scene with this man at the end, which we trained for, I'd say, like a week maybe or so.
Yeah.
And then I had to jump over a wooden fence, which was actually harder than the whole fight scene. I had to do that like 12 times and bruise my side, but that's besides the point. You had to do a lot more action than I did.
Yeah, I mean, it was fun. I like doing that stuff because it really feels like you're making movies, you know? It just feels like that traditional, what you think of a movie or making a movie when you're a little kid feeling. Like just run around, stuff explodes, jump, you shoot guns. It's like what
Yeah.
you know?
You feel like a badass.
Yeah, you feel like Sly Stallone or something.
Yeah. Oh, that's dope. Slice alone.
Chuck Norris.
Why not like Born? Something cool like that. I mean, Sly's cool and Chuck Norris are cool, but
Dude, Chuck Norris isn't cool.
I heard Chuck Norris beat Lance Armstrong in a testicle competition by 5. Those are one of those stupid Chuck Norris facts.
I love those Chuck Norris facts, man.
You're going to get yourself in trouble saying things like that about Chuck Norris. It's
No,
gonna be
Chuck
fun.
Norris
He's gonna love
doesn't
it.
sleep. He waits.
He's gonna walk in and just be like, 5 nuts? Here's 10. You're wrong. He doesn't sleep, he waits.
My nipples are nuts.
So moving on before that gets weird.
Yeah. That's already weird.
You went to the Big Brother house, the Celebrity Big Brother house in
Yeah.
the UK, and you met another export of Ireland, Jedward.
Edward.
What was
John
that like?
and Edward. They were nice. It's hard to really judge someone by meeting them only for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But they were really sweet, and they enjoyed our work, and they had a lot of energy. And they wear the same things down to like panda shoes. Like they both wear panda shoes.
That's right, the Panda Adidas.
Mm-hmm. But no, they were very nice to
Panditas.
us. Panditas. It's like a Mexican food.
Yeah, it's like a Reseda.
They're very sweet though.
Cool. Would you ever do something like that, Celebrity Big Brother?
I'd rather just write a Jedward movie for me and this man to
Yeah.
star in. I think that's the next thing we should do.
I'm down. I'm there.
I'm down.
So who's going to be him?
I feel like they're like the same character.
Yeah.
It wouldn't matter. I don't know. I'll be John. You can be Edward.
Okay,
All right.
whatever.
Done. And finally, what's next for you guys?
I got a couple animated movies coming out. One called Paranorman, which is a stop motion, it's like Coraline and that kind of stuff, which I'm very excited for. And then How to Train Your Dragon 2, which I'm also very excited for. And then I just finished an indie movie called The Hand Job, which is gonna be very funny.
Cool. And then?
I've got like this movie Like Crazy coming out. in October, I think, October-ish. And I just finished a movie called Odd Thomas, which is a lot of fun.
And can you tell us something about Star Trek 2?
Not really. I mean, just simply because I don't know. I mean, I know we're making it. I don't know when, where, what, anything really other than that we're making it.
That's great. Well, hope to talk to you again very soon.
Yeah, of
Thanks very
course.
much.
Lovely to meet you guys.
Good to meet you.